So we are on.
Just waiting on everyone ready enough or whatever.
Yeah, so we are live. Great. Hello and welcome to the Division 3 Baku race. I'm joined by Wave Intel. How are you getting on, Wave?
I'm doing alright. Looking like it could be an interesting race here, looking at the pace of some of the people in practice.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Very much looking forward to this track. One thing I need to do is get your predictions quickly for the podium and the constructor, the amount of the top constructor. Because me and Rob did it on the podcast.
Yeah, I'd say for podium, I'm going to say Morgan, B Morgan to win, Jabo to come second, and Adri third. And top constructor, I have no idea.
Cool.
And James has just said they've got apparently rain 45 minutes into the race, so that's probably going to be more like 15 minutes into the race, or not at all.
Robertson has left.
Rain will definitely make things interesting.
If someone can invite back Robert, that'd be handy.
I don't get why we can invite people from spectating. It would make more sense that we could invite people, but people driving couldn't.
Yeah, agreed. It's a bit ridiculous.
I would point out we've got a new driver this week. We've got Ivor, Bryn, Mike, the only person I've ever seen with 3 first names.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Where he is in the taking, was it Yeston Street he's got? Working out?
Okay, we're going to restart.
Twice in 2 weeks. They're setting a precedent here.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We're restarting. If everyone can retire first, so I can see that people have actually left, if you're listening, rather than just leave, because I can't keep track. Alright.
Guess it doesn't matter if they do it on track or not, because we're starting again anyway.
Yeah.
I think I just saw Trey left without retiring. That's what got awkward.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna
Mac was getting some last minute practice done.
Right. Guys, oh, fucking hell. Can whoever's listening to this, can you undo your mic and just tell everyone it's a restart? Right, I'm gonna leave this. This is stupid.
Yeah. It'll just be us leave, they'll probably clock.
Don't believe in repeating, changing something and expecting a different result. Is pretty stupid. So, Maka, if you can host the lobby, if you're hearing this.
But there's not really much point having the same person hosting it because same connection, get the same issues.
Yeah, this is it.
No, it's probably not Zoodemo's fault, it's just Codemasters, really finicky servers.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think our stream of the D3S is just turned into us ranting about Codemasters not making good games at this point.
I'm just not in the mood today. Whatever cunts are still going around that track need to get shot. I've got a race to go to. Sorry. Not handling it today. I will just... Can I make a lobby as a guest?
I mean, I guess so, but would hosting and streaming be a good idea?
No, probably not.
And I won't do it because then everyone will disconnect. Yeah, if someone that has good internet just hosts the lobby and invites people, that would be helpful.
Yeah, I can invite. If you stick it on invite only, then we can invite people. So.
We're restarting LFC, but we need someone to host it.
Yeah. Okay, I will be back in a minute.
Alright.
I'm just gonna I'll keep this on, but
We're in the menu because there was issues with the game, so we're having to restart.
Okay. Hopefully this works.
I'm still waiting on invite.
Oh, I'll add you in. Oh. Oh, Jabbo. Legend.
Now, if everyone could get in as fast as possible so we can sort of get going as fast as possible. And we've got someone that I don't think's meant to be here.
Ah, Maka can kick him.
Yeah, but
He'll be fine.
fair. Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, I think once that random guy gets kicked out, that's everyone here.
Hopefully.
Got bag of bones to get in his car, and the new guy can't get in his because it's been taken by the random.
I've noticed that this game does not like Azerbaijan.
Don't really know why, it's probably a racist game. Yeah, if Backbones, could you, if you're listening, choose a car? %100% sure, but I think if you knock back on spectator, then we'll be ready to go.
No, we're not.
We're not?
We're waiting on heated, I think.
No, he is here.
Ibo?
Yeah, he is here. If there's someone that's late, then they're late. They get to miss qualifying for it.
No, it shouldn't be down to that. Oh, whatever. What a mess. Let me just invite Ibo one more time because I don't want him to miss. He's back in. Wicked. Right. Ready up. Well, it looks remarkably similar conditions, so hopefully this goes well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to restart again unless something cataclysmic happens, and then these guys might have to do without some commentary for the end of the race. But yeah.
Gosh. Don't really think that you two guys want us pushing back their race by half an hour or so.
No, 10-15 minutes maybe. Yeah, no, welcome to Azerbaijan. We're back again. It's on the same stream, so don't know if we
Everyone's gone.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to deal with it a bit today, unfortunately. This track seems to breed problems. There's something about Azerbaijan, I'm fairly sure, because I've seen this so many times. Who is out in front? It's not Morgan.
It might be Morgan.
Oh, it might be Bellon. I think it's Bellon actually.
Oh.
Or yeah, I think it is Bellon. We're gonna be giving these guys a bit of a shout, really. Bellon and Emperor. We've decided to focus on, not completely obviously, but two drivers, one constructor in every division, and randomly it was the Saubers who have turned up today with some interesting stats. So Emperor has 30 races.
Interesting stats are always fun.
30 races, he's got a 98% or 97% finish ratio. He's only DNF'd once. That's some going. And 110 career points in this league. Bellon with 27 starts with an 85% finish ratio and 215 points. So the more successful of the two, and definitely someone who's quite quick on his day, as we've got a retirement. Ghost.
No idea where.
I'm guessing it's going to be through the kinks. The one thing I would ask is if anyone can invite Ibo back in, that would be super duper, because I think he's been kicked out. This is never good. So yeah, your predictions again. Sorry, I forgot to I've got to write them down.
We predict B. Morgan to win. I predict Jabo to come second and Adri for third.
Okay. So that's quite an interesting shoot. All the front guys. As Ghost has just lost the last corner and lost it on the wheel. So easy to do, particularly when you're going in a bit cold around here. But
and Ray has retired as well.
Yeah, this is it's a tough one.
I get the feeling that the race tonight is just going to be proper race of attrition.
Yes, yes. I said there'll be 7 finishes. Robert said 10. I
don't think there'll be as many DNFs that I'll probably say there'll be about 12 or 13 finishers. Overall, this is a fairly clean division, and most of them are quite good at keeping it out of the walls, even on difficult tracks like this.
Morgan just got a bit of a toe and got a 139 on the soft, so these guys are pretty much... We've got Maka, who is always a fan of using the softer compounds, coming round, who I believe is on a lap. Oh yeah, sorry Frey. Yeah, he's got a quali ban. Sorry. I apologise. Apologies. I want to run with...
We're really good at remembering things.
Fuzz. Now that was sector 3, so I'm guessing that would have been the... Although there was also yellows in sector 2, but I'm guessing that may well have been at the kink again. So it's causing a lot of trouble. The only guys out...
Kink has a pretty awkward corner.
Yes, the Ibo curve, as I like to call it. B. Morgan. B. Morgan. Is that in the? That must be in the castle or something, because it must have been sector 2. There are retirements everywhere. To be fair, his lap.
Yeah, right at the start of the castle. Car's right in the middle of the track.
Oh, it's just got out of the way for. Oh no, it hasn't. For Maka, and Maka's had to dive out of that lap with chaos really, as Wouter Heated goes close to Morgan's time.
So at this rate, all you're going to have to do to get poles be the last guy standing and set a lap at the end of the session.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bit of a game of attrition. This Adri will be licking his lips. His title rival Morgan has not got anywhere to go, as I just saw a Haas, I think, just hit the back of the wall, and a real kind of following on with Adri, as Adri takes this castle section, takes it very, very smoothly. But he is not... Is he? I think he is on the lap, but I think he's playing it smooth. His bone sets a non-lap. Really.
No, there's no point really going for a 100% push lap on the softs. More just used for getting a banker and getting yourself acclimatised how the track is.
The funny thing is Morgan...
There's no point putting yourself in the wall just trying to figure out where the grip is in the circuit.
Absolutely, Morgan's lost it. I think through a lack of concentration on his in-lap. And maybe he was going for another one, but it's very hard to do 2 laps here because of the ERS usage. It's almost impossible.
Yeah, because you have to use about half of it coming down in the back the main straight.
Yeah.
It gets a bit awkward starting another lap straight away.
Maka's time will be interesting to see here. As he goes through the castle, a little bit tentative.
As you would expect, still needs to get a represent out of time on. Once he's got that, he can probably push a bit harder through there.
Yeah, absolutely. As Ibo has rejoined because he's on his outlap, which is good to see.
Yeah, not be free if you don't have Ibo driving around.
No, absolutely. So, what can Maka do? I'm thinking that the time needs to be late 137s, really. Oh, here we go. He's getting a toe. He's getting a toe. Not the best
almost
toe.
like we've seen this before.
It's not the best toe though, I will have to say. It's
Well,
a
I
one.
would have assumed if they're going for a toe, they go for a toe the whole way down the straight.
Well, this is it. So I'm guessing. Well, this is awkward now because Zwadema must be on a lap. No, he's not. He's backed out. You've got to do it in a sensible way. This could cause them more grief than necessary. It does put Mappa second. James is in 6th. We've got Jabbo in 7th. Billon, we've got... don't know what's going on in the midfield. We've got LFC.
Just jumped up to 3rd.
This is it.
6 on the softs.
Wonder where Morgan's going to come with that lap time.
I'm not sure, but just looking at Macca's time on the Ultras with a total, still 2 tenths slower than it.
Yeah. It was on a...
Two compound softer tyres as well.
It's with Dana...
Morgan, even though he's crashed, could still qualify fairly highly up there.
Yeah, absolutely. James has retired. Is it the pit lane? It was the pit lane last season. Oh, I think it's... yeah,
no, it was just before the... yeah.
Just fallen on board with Jabbo. You must have been as well, and just got a glimpse of him. He must have lost it.
Top of the hill.
Yeah, you can lose it on that inside curb. Jabbo's lap looks quite quick. Will he jump Morgan? Race winner in Australia, who's been very quiet since. Oh, it's just
not far off though.
No, not at all. As we've got yellows in sector 1. Not sure who that is.
Didn't catch it.
I want to see. We've got LFC out on the ultras, which is a brave move.
What's caught my interest is we've got Ebo out on the super softs. Don't really see in the middle of a qualifying session.
No. No.
They're usually at the start if someone's going for ultras and just wants to save them all for the end, or at the end. But it's at a time. Sitting 10th right now for Ebo.
Well, that's a decent enough time just to get your eye in for Ibo. He'll be looking probably for the 39s, maybe the 40s, so that's quite good for him. As we've got a Ferrari that's been walled.
Either.
Emperor's...
I've noticed him a few times in the wall, so I'm not sure if he's all that confident here.
Oh, as LFC has just broke his wing, if he gets back to the pit, he will have another run.
Yeah, plenty of time for another run.
But he got away with that because could have been very easily race over. He's having another go at this. He's only 2 temps down. There's yellows in a lot of places. I think that's mainly for people getting out of the way, I'm guessing.
I don't really see Ebo improving on his time, just due to the fact that it takes so much battery to get down that main straight.
Oh yeah, he's got none left, has he? I think maybe he's just trying to get round quickly.
Yeah.
To set whatever it is he wants to set. Probably an ultras lap, I would suspect.
I would get it. It's not really much point setting a super's time and going to the softs. Have you got Mike has retired? Without setting a quality time?
That's the nightmare scenario for Mike.
I'm not sure. From what I know of him, he seems quite happy starting at the back of a grid.
Yeah, true. It will be interesting to see whether, or how successful the guys at the back are. There's been a lot of talk about perhaps having the advantage being at the back, but...
Well, I'd say if you're at the back, that way you can take it easy if you turns 1 and 2. just get yourself completely away from everyone, and you should, as long as you don't put it in the wall yourself, get away without any damage.
Yeah. The only thing I would say is that
Pick,
you're relying
picking
on
up
the
wing damage
people.
here is pretty much game over.
Yeah, true. Very true. But you're also relying upon people ahead of you being very clean. The ghosting obviously is very much reduced in 2018 compared to 17. So all you need is someone to perhaps mess up the castle, and you could be in a lot of trouble.
Could get a bit entertaining if the person that's in first on that one messes up the castle. They'd have
Yeah.
the whole field stacked up.
Yeah, absolutely. Where's the pace? Where is the pace from some of these guys? Because what we've got here, we have got a situation where Morgan is still first.
Yeah, he could still get pole position. So I don't really see it, as we've got Jabbo leaving the pits now, getting ready to start his proper quali run in the super softs.
Well, we have Zwadema in front of Maka, so no prizes for guessing what's going to happen here. Very good strategy. Ooh,
What's been looking? We've got the top 4 people, or top 5 people even separated by 3/10. That's including Morgan.
over 3 tyre compounds,
Yeah.
which is pretty crazy, as Maka does all he can to avoid that curb. I don't know what this will look like in regards to the game is not playing nicely and letting me know what his time is comparatively. Zwadema, is he a bit closer? Let's have a look at TV Pod. He is a bit closer. This will drastically help Maka as he hits the DRS zone at 211 miles an hour. It's already up to completely redlining, and
He goes full.
that is huge. Now, Zwadema is not going to get any help from his teammate.
And
Ooh.
he's tapped the wall. Doesn't appear to have any damage, but it doesn't really have a chance to set a lap anyway. So it doesn't really matter.
So what's Jabbo going to do here? He is using the ERS, but as he goes 39.5, I think he's going to have another go at this. I don't think that was a full-hearted lap. As Maka has binned it, Zwadema's not really pushing. Zwadema's going to be in a world of pain.
Yeah, I mean, starting towards the back's one thing, but you don't really want to be starting towards the back, but in the pack at the same time.
Absolutely. As we've got LFC, who is not going to be setting a very good lap, but will go 10th. He's going to hope to be pushed out there.
Yeah, he'll want to be knocked down once and probably no further. It'd be a nightmare to start 10th on a sort of worn tyres and the people behind you all have fresh tyres.
Yeah, absolutely. Jabbo is giving this another run.
We can definitely see what the preferred tyre is. For almost everyone out in the super softs.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me too much. There's a lot of medium TC runners in this division, and I don't think the Ultras, with the added stress of the traction control, particularly do very well in race conditions.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see what strategies people go for though. They've still got no idea if they're going for 1 stops or 2 stops.
Well, Maka could be aided very well by a safety car. Oh, as Jabbo goes first with an absolutely stunning lap. His pace is back.
As it is, we've still got B Morgan sitting in 3rd.
Incredible.
DNF, and after setting 1 lap.
Incredible scenes, really. Robert will be very, very intrigued here. This is one of Robert's best tracks.
Does Robert just do well at difficult tracks? It's this in Monaco.
Yeah, he likes, I think the more technical the track, he's not showing tons of pace here, I hope he doesn't mind me saying, from riding on board with him.
He's not a million miles off the pace, just sort of taking it fairly calmly, wanting to make sure he gets times in by the looks of things.
Very good through the castle compared to some I've seen. Ooh, compromised his exit a little bit through that corner. There's not much time he needs to gain to jump up the grid though.
Yeah, same with Adri as well, probably looking to get a bit higher up. Possibly wanting to start in the top 3 somewhere.
Going to ride on board with Bryn, who's going to be coming through, and a very interested LFC will be looking at this. I don't... Oh, Bryn backs out, does he? Nearly. And that's only good enough for 13th, as we've got Ibo going around as well. Right on board with Robert. Where does this put him? Pole.
It's on pole. So that about it being not a very fast looking.
Yeah. Not my proudest moment. As Heated struggles to improve.
I think the only real movement that we could get now is Adri and Bag Bones.
Bag of Bones comes through. Wow, and just as we've got Adri,
win the last one,
who must be the last man by a mile here.
Yeah.
He must have just got over that line. What's he gonna do? Oh, I think that's P4.
Yeah, P4 for Adri.
Cracking lap, and we have a very interesting race in our hands. Morgan will be probably sat there scratching his head thinking, well, that's not a bad place to be on softs. He's gonna probably feel like the worst things with Dame had improved, which was went a bit under the radar to 6th, but Morgan and Heated
yeah, two of them, the tops, probably not the easiest thing to have pulled off for either of them.
No, guys like...
I don't really think it was intentional for either. It doesn't put them in a terrible spot.
No, absolutely. Wow, so in the top 7 we've got 3 different comp. Well, top 8 we've got 2 sets of ultras. No, 1 set of ultras. 5 sets of super softs and 2 sets of softs. So this could be, well, this could take a while to unravel, in the sense of knowing where the actual leader is.
Yeah, for knowing what everyone is, we might have to wait.
Yeah, and maybe even 9 laps, potentially 10 laps if people are going to try soft ultras strategy. Yeah, very yeah, a lot of food for thought here.
I don't really see a race here not being interesting.
No, absolutely.
There's like almost no chance of it being a boring race. Something is going to happen in this race, whether it's good for certain drivers or bad for certain drivers. No one can tell until they get going.
Yeah. My predictions were Robert to win, Heated to come 2nd, Zvedema to come 3rd, and Force India to win. Well, most constructors, sorry. And Rob's were Morgan to come 1st, Adri to come 2nd, and Robert to come 3rd. So, and yours as well. We've all had a bit of a mix, if I'm honest, between the 3.
Similar drivers.
How many finishes do you think will there be?
I'm going to stick with what I said earlier and say 12 or 13. I could see there being a fair few DNFs, but not enough to make it that everyone that finishes scores points.
Okay.
Well, possibly enough, depending on if it was 12. Still getting used to the 12 person points system.
I think lap 1 will be very key.
That'll be lap 1 and at the end of everyone's first stints. Even if they're doing 2 stops, once they've done 1 run on worn tyres, they'll sort of know what to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. As Frey gets himself in a bit of a fray, Wonder.
There's one plus for this week. I can actually see where Ghost is. So like last week where he could have been anywhere.
His connection does seem a bit better. We won't talk about it too much more because
Yeah.
I don't think he was too impressed that the main highlights he was getting were based around his connection. Hopefully he can make amends a bit for last week and his connection, and we can talk about some.
Just look at information up. I think Mike got lost at one point. How far back he is?
Yeah, Mike is going to cause perhaps. You might be lucky. I think if you drop 5 seconds behind, you might even get disqualified. Well, my theory's out the window.
I can't remember what the gap is.
Or Bellon as well.
But he's definitely not going to be liked by the people at the front.
Yeah, but look at Bellon. Bellon's been DSQ'd. Everyone else is on the grid. There's a huge gap. Like, Robert's probably going to be sat there on ice cubes.
So sort of like, apparently there's a 14-second gap between Emperor and Brent.
Not what we want to see. Ibo in 10th. Very happy with 10th.
Yeah.
That's one of his highest quality positions, I would suspect, on a clean lobby. So, what does T1 hold in store?
I say it's more key turn 2 that people are going to be worried about.
Lights out.
Bottleneck.
And there's a lot of spinning there going from Jabbo. What are we going to be seeing through here? Does everyone get through clean? I tell you what.
There's people going 3 wide through it, but it's clean somehow.
Oh, there's a Ferrari in the wall. Morgan is in the wall. There's lots of chaos. Mike has been affected. Emperor has been affected. Frey, Fuzz potentially, and Bellon. Don't know how LFC is looking.
Morgan's went into the escape road. Dropped the
Ooh.
laps.
Race control is not
Mike,
happy.
With a 5-second stop goal for ignoring yellow flags.
That will almost certainly get removed.
Not penalty you see every day.
Oh no, it's going to be hard to be removed, unfortunately.
Yeah, it'd be really difficult to remove because he's going to have to serve it. Yeah,
that is absolute rubbish.
And at that point, there's no way of telling how much the penalties actually affected him.
Yeah, absolutely. As Bag of Bones has got past Robert, but Robert is right on his tail as James and Macca are swapping positions.
Yeah, Macca will be looking to get as high up that order as he can on those ultras.
Yeah, he needs to. Mr. Wooter going through behind Ibo. Ibo has got a place, which is good to see. LFC has had a very good start actually, kept his nose clean. As we've got the stragglers coming through now, kind of where will Morgan come? This is a massive recovery drive for Morgan now. He's in a title race as Robert goes on the inside of Bag of Bones. This should be really easy to get done. No, and Jabbo.
You can break so much later if you take the outside there, so it's not a terrible defensive line.
Robert would have been very close there to hitting that inside curb.
I was going to Jabbo all over the back of him.
Yes, this is playing into Adri's hands as LFC gets past Ibo. Not too much going on here. Adri's right in the back of this. Macca is right on James, who seems to be struggling with no ABS.
Yeah, the game was sitting not far behind Macca as well.
Indeed. Mr. Wooter has managed to come up 2 places. We've missed that. LFC overtook Ibo, I believe, unless I'm mistaken. I might be completely wrong, to be honest, but Bellon.
Looking through the fairly chaotic start of that race, we've got a few people that have made up quite a few positions. Like James has gone up 6 positions since the start.
Yeah, that's
both
cracking.
Recon's been up 5, and both Fuzz and Mike are up 4.
Yeah, Fuzz and Mike probably more so for the chaos,
Yeah.
and particularly with with Morgan. Jabbo very hot on the tail here of Robert.
It's been Martins with him have just switched positions. Now they've got heated, trying to go past them up the inside into turn 1.
Ooh, very squeezy there
Looking
from
for a double
Jabbo.
move. But
Ooh, Zwadema had gone very wide and that's compromised him.
Macca's heated a double overtake into turn 1 there.
Macca was very unsure about what to do. The hard thing about following your teammate as Robert.
Side by side.
Oh, Robert will not be happy. Robert has just dive bombed.
Yeah, Fuzz has just been squeezed into the wall and spun by
Oh, Robert has had an absolute nightmare here, and Mr. Wooter. Oh no, that is horrible to see.
I think we should stop making predictions.
Oh, poor Robert. He's been a gent and let everyone through.
Let's go Freakon's just lost a few positions by missing, no idea what number going is, probably about 5 or 6.
Oh, that's horrible to see. Horrible.
I never want to see someone that's fighting at the front having an incident of any kind.
Well, he cost himself 5 or 6 seconds, and then unfortunately cost himself even more by unfortunately losing it under traction and hitting his poor teammate Wooter, who was just a passenger, was trying to do the right thing and go around him. But yeah, Bag of Bones seems to have this in the bag.
But Heated's just moved up past James to take 4th on the soft tyres, so in a good position.
The man without a podium. Heated 14689. I don't want to predict he's going to get one because I
think we should just stop with predictions for now.
As Robert,
and we've got Jayco in the chat being really rude to Robert.
not sure why. Robert will not be happy, and I think he's probably DNF'd there. I suspect he's pulled into the pit lane and is not very happy with himself.
No, I don't really think this was the sort of track you want to be driving angry at.
No, not at all. Horrible to see. But
we'll see that then it's not too bad for him. He's got Monaco next week from.
Yeah, Mike has also retired. We have Emperor and Bellon running in the middle. The two teammates who are very much on the same strategy on the softs, and they're not going to be too unhappy with this. As Ivor Bryn, I suspect, may also be retiring. He's may well because he's coming again.
I think he's just having a wing change. So he definitely doesn't seem too happy with the track.
No. Mike has also gone.
That's Mike's car was just stopped there. Sort of an interesting place for it to be sitting.
So we have LFC dragging Macca, who has had to pit. That was probably not in the plan. And Ibo up to 8th, and LFC up to 7th. This...
Yeah, look, the two of them will be quite happy with they are right now, especially LFC still on the soft tyres.
Well, this is it. It's in some ways a race to celebrate the new blood, with guys like Bag of Bones doing fantastically well, but also some of the guys that perhaps have been around a while and have not achieved what they wanted to achieve. Guys like Heated.
But Heated, but James even, he's been towards front but never consistent. Still looking quite good tonight. He's got Frey also retired.
So again, it's going to be an attrition for the points. Guys like Fuzz, well, he's pitted, but guys like Morgan, actually, Morgan, who we know is a quick guy.
Yeah, I've seen definitely quick here as well. So I give up quite a few of the D2 guys a run for their money.
Absolutely. The gaps are all kind of appearing. Emperor and Bellon are following each other, but these guys are friends for as long as time, and you can tell that by the way that Emperor is breaking into turn 15 and is not wanting any part of the gearbox of Bellon.
Well, there's not really any point in them battling, all it does is hurts the team.
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
Much better to just sort of push as a unit instead of slowing each other down.
So, first to last challenge, boys. As
Yeah,
Robert's put in the chat.
saying that they're looking backwards. Not usually the strategy I'd choose, but each their own.
Ooh, as James goes on the inside as a Damon, manages to get it done. I don't think there was any contact, and that's interesting. Both are running no ABS. Kudos to that, and they're just... It must be horrible around here. James is locking up everywhere, I can tell you that for free. Ooh,
that was quite a
wow.
big traction loss he had there.
This should not be happening. Well, it shouldn't be as a result of his tyres, I know that, unless they're really overheating, but again, that seems to be less of a factor. James really struggling. Zwadema Dama's got a plan. Sector 2.
The pressure that James is under.
I'll tell you one thing.
Adre is catch back up to Jablo again.
Yeah, and he will be looking to make this down the straight. Bryn has...
Disqualified. Yeah, so it'll be a race to forget for Bryn.
Adri not going for it. Adri's kind of saving his ears, as Zwadema is not following suit, and Zwadema has very much got it done on James, but runs a bit wide. Ooh, James looking a bit frustrated and nearly going into the back of Zwadema, getting a very bad exit, and that could actually keep the position for Zwadema. Zibbo pits.
Ebel going into the pits. For soft tyres, more likely to take them to the end of the race.
Morgan with an overtake on Macca. Macca's wheels seem to be doing something very strange there. Morgan nearly oversteers it into that wall. Ibo's got loads of trouble behind him here.
As Morgan sends it up the inside, and Macca follows him.
Yeah, I think Ibo's I say purposely, I think he's let those guys through. I think Ibo knows he's in his own race.
Yeah, there's no point battling with people that are not really in contention for the position you're in.
Yeah.
Because it puts you at risk of making a mistake.
Ghost will be someone that could be quite close to Ibo, as is Mr. Wooter, so... And Bellon and Emperor, potentially, as well. So, they're the kind of guys he's battling. LFC's probably way clear of those guys, particularly on his tyre choice. And what we'll probably start to see now is LFC start to, you would think, catch James.
You'd assume so, just on the basis that his tyres will be in a much better contact as he misses turn 1 completely. He doesn't appear to have damage after that, but not really what you want to be doing.
No. He's in his own little position there, is LFC. Oh, his Ghost has pitted. Mac is through. Ibo and Fuzz will be very comfortably, well, not necessarily Fuzz actually. And Fuzz should be through, so Ghost will now round off the back of this field. But we'll have the consolation that a lot of people that he's battling probably have to stop at least once more.
We're just looking, it's only the only from 11th back that I've actually made a pit stop so far.
Jabbo has Bag of Bones in his sights here. Gap's come down.
They've had friends in the track, they had to take the DSQ because his car's pointing the wrong way and he had the leaders coming through, so he couldn't spin it back round.
Well, very good, very nice to do, to be fair. Either Bryn might, please let us know your first name, but fair, like, Robert did something very similar as well actually, when he made contact with Mr. Rooter, so yeah, good. Thinking of other people's races before your own when you just spun is pretty hard to do, so take your hat off for that.
Yeah, I know that there's been plenty of times that I've sort of lost my cool after an incident. Same with most drivers, I'd assume.
Yeah, it's not an unheard of thing, let's be honest. It's fairly normal. Jabbo and Adri, the gap grown a little bit to each other, funny enough, between Bag of Bones, Jabbo and Adri. Heated, really. Now, Heated needs to kind of push and get onto the back of these guys as quick as he can.
But also, he won't want to push too hard. They want to try and preserve as much life in those tyres as he can while getting a decent pace out of them.
Yeah, very true.
There's no point completely wrecking them and losing any advantage that he might have by running longer.
Yeah. Sorry, Mike. Yeah, that's so the two mics are out.
We've got X Mike and we've got Mike.
Yes. Yeah. Such a frustrating track. This it is only not frustrating.
Morgan, yeah, we've actually got Morgan closing in on Bellon now.
Oh.
Adri jumped into the pits. First as the sort of leading, I don't want to say pack, but leading cars.
Yeah. Morgan is right on Bellon's back here, and I suspect this should be done without much. Oh!
Or not.
Wow. Big incident. I wonder if there was... I don't really know. It looked too far away for desync, if I'm honest. Very far away for desync.
Possibly just from getting caught out there. Just a bit of dirty air or something.
It's easy.
James flew into the pit as well, and he came out not far behind Mr. Ruther. He's also got Emperor right behind them.
I'll tell you what, 9 laps on those supers is a brave thing to do for Adri. Yeah. Mike saying so much for the TT lap in regards to Morgan. Yeah, this is the problem, you know, Morgan's a very quick guy around here and he's going to be a title contender without a doubt, but it is just almost a battle of concentration around here.
Yeah, it's a sort of track that you can do really well just by not crashing.
Ooh,
Same with Monaco.
As Emperor finds himself castled, but manages to get away. Not really sure what happened there, unless he just pulled over for Bellon. Very weird. He doesn't seem to have any damage, so he may well have just pulled over for his teammate. Very odd.
So there's a Daimler now filled into the pits, so I'm guessing the next lap or two, all of the people started on Super as well switched onto this.
We could have a whole historic moment here in LOE. I don't want to put too much pressure on him because he's also got a man behind him, but oh no, it's not going to happen actually. I was thinking LFC was going to be leading this race, but Heated is also on the softs.
Well, it just depends on which one of them. If LFC runs a lap longer than Heated on the softs, then I'll get to lead for a lap.
Emperor and Bellon are almost dancing around each other and battling in a way that is costing them even more time because they're so conscious of not hitting each other that in some ways, as in Bellon breaks so early on the inside, loses it under traction. Emperor's had to lose it. Maka has now literally gained about 3 seconds on these guys in absolutely no time at all. Just pick one. Just pick one.
The way they're doing it is also going to make it really awkward for Maka to get past them.
Yeah, true. As Maka really taking that curve aggressively. We could be seeing a double overtake. I think Heated's made a mistake.
As both leaders are on our end of the pits.
Heated has definitely made a mistake because he somehow ended up 6 point something seconds behind these guys.
Unless the cars ahead, we're just taking it easy in the middle and as they dame us out.
Oh, James is going to have to follow through into this section. He lost it really deep. I'm guessing he must have tried to catch the car a couple of times before that happened.
Yeah. Probably just cold tyres. Not. Can get a bit dicey. Cold tyres at some points here.
Maka gets
an absolute age to warm up the softs.
Maka gets one. And Maka gets two.
Kind of hold it. Yeah, he's held it as well.
What a
before the corner as well.
Huge result there for him, and he really needed that just to get past these guys. Because I don't know if he's going to be able to do. Well, won't be able to do comms on D2 because D3 is overrunning. Very confused. Jabbo has lost it.
Lost it. Yeah.
Ooh, what's this going to mean?
Completely lost his front line. That's going to be a null pit stop for Jabbo, which not really ideal in any way.
So
he's going to have to be really careful going down the main straight.
Adri past LFC. LFC ooh, deep into that corner but gets away with it. Keep your cool and you will get some good points here.
There's no point dragging yourself into battles that you aren't actually part of. I mean, LC's probably not going to be complaining for a small amount of tool that he's going to get off of battery.
Yeah, this is it, and Fuzz is closing on Bellon, and he's going to take it on the inside. I've always said that's a crazy place to make a move because so much can go wrong, but he gets it done. And he's going to be... Fuzz is... Well, he obviously had an incident early. He's cutting his way back through the field, but he's going to struggle to get to guys like Maka.
Especially since Fuzz is going to have to pit again. He's on 9-lap old Southwest.
Yeah, so
as Heated has pulled into the pits, came out on a nice fresh set of supers. They're right behind where LRC is.
and we've got some yellows somewhere. Oh, is Jabbo goes on the inside of Ibo.
A brave place to go for a move.
Just seems a bit unnecessary as well, to be honest.
Yeah. Got this massive long DRS straight, you could use fast upper one instead.
Yeah, so don't know, we're going to be kicking off a little bit later than anticipated at D2 again. Not the best, but Heated now finds himself on the back of LFC, and that puts him in a really difficult position. He's pitted very early as Heated.
Yeah, just noticed that, yeah. Only 13 laps on the softs. It'll make it really awkward if you try and go to the end.
Wow, I mean, I think you can. Oh, he's bottled it a bit through there. He's in a very difficult position here. If he wants to win this race, he has to push. And he has to push a lot. But I get why he's being a bit hesitant, because he wants that podium. But you're in a position to win.
Yeah, he's just not wanting to throw away his fairly certain podium. Chasing a win that he might not be able to get, even if he does drive perfectly.
As he does get past LFC, and I think LFC just fought to live a fight and to live to fight another day there.
Yeah, there's no point LC wearing his tyres out battling someone that's pit stop ahead of him.
As Chabo gets ahead of Bellon. Chabo's really on a massive road to redemption kind of vibe here. Heated has got...
Looking as things are right now, like it could be a good race for the Toro Rosso boys.
Well, yeah. You've got to think... I think LFC is basically in a net 5th, from what I can tell. I mean,
once he comes out, he might be in 6th, but it won't be far behind Maka, and he'll be on faster tyres.
LFC versus Maka is definitely a decent battle.
Better just need to try and keep it through stuff on the track and not feel who it is that they're battling.
Yes.
That can make things a bit awkward, speaking from personal experience.
So we have no penalties, believe it or not, like 3-second penalties, that is.
So I don't really know many corners that you can really cut here. One or two, but that's about it. The walls are so close to the track, it's quite hard to actually get your car off the track.
Indeed. Indeed. We're looking at... I think we're going to run over by about 10 minutes, which isn't actually the end of the world. So hopefully these guys understand, but Heated's gap is coming down and down and down as Ibo gets back up to 8th.
I think for Heated doing well, it's all going to come down to how quickly he can get past Adri. Because he's going to want to get past Adri and then let his tyres rest for a bit before chasing Baralones.
Well, this is it. I think Heated has... I think he's probably going to give it another lap, or potentially do it down the back straight rather than the front straight. So he gets a very good exit there, and he might be... Do you know what? He might actually get in DRS. No, it's not going to happen.
Not going to be far off of it, but at the same time, Adri's not far off of getting DRS either.
Yeah, this could help and hinder Heated. It could draw everyone. He doesn't mind reining in Bag of Bones, but
fair enough to be able to hot dirty air of 2 cars instead of just 1 on his tyres.
I think he almost wants... He probably, in some ways, you'd want to really be in a position where, like you say, you can overtake one and then give yourself some breathing space. He's not activating his DRS. That's obviously strategic.
So why you'd not activate it?
Well, I think the only reason why you wouldn't is that so you just almost doubly made sure that you didn't run into the back of someone. I'm not saying it's necessarily the wisest thing to do, but I can see the logic.
I think that there's better ways to get the same effect.
Yeah. Fuzz makes a pass on Wouter, and I've got to think LFC is going to come in this lap. He's done a very good stint.
Yeah, and he should be able to fairly easily get a set of supers to the end now.
Unless he's planning on doing something outrageous to try and get a podium and try and take those softs maybe 1 or 2 more laps and stick on some ultras. So Heated finds himself in a very interesting position as Bag of Bones is getting swarmed down here, and the gap is going to be between the pair of them, with all 3 of them I should say, less than a second, as Bag of Bones gets taken by Adri, and that's almost the worst case scenario for Heated.
Yeah, but it's not a terrible scenario for Bag of Bones, because now he can turn his engine down a bit but keep the same pace using the DRS and slipstream with Adri. Adri's going to have to push harder now in order to keep the 2 cars behind them.
Well,
especially here where it's such a straight line heavy circuit.
This is true, as Jabbo gets by Maka. Maka's not running any ERS. I know people aren't necessarily a huge fan of talking about ERS, but
it's not banned, so we're going to keep doing it. And if people are listening to the commentary get stuff like that, they're concentrating less on their own driving.
yeah, this is it. Adri is on top, and he is making a gap, but you have to wonder.
But Bag of Bones has almost a full battery, so
this is it. I don't think it will help him necessarily down here, but at some point it will. Evo manages a 3-second pen.
yeah, first penalty. As he's been passed by Buzz as well.
Heated does get it done on Bag of Bones.
But whether he can keep it,
It's going to be tough through this section. How's your exits? How's your entries? Bag of Bones really lost some time there. And that might be the invitation for Heated to go on and win this race.
just depends on if he can get past Adri quickly.
Ooh, Adri's out! Adri is out!
Yeah.
Unbelievable! And I tell you what, LFC, all of a sudden,
Yeah, it's sitting further forward.
he's
When he gets the pace on.
well, this is it, and he has got Jabbo for company, but these guys are now gonna.
Yeah, they've got cars around them on old tyres. Well, he's probably looking for LC to be the fastest car on track right now. Shouldn't be too much of an ask with how quickly your pace drops off here when your tyres wear. Apparently, Ghost flagged in front of Adri. That caused them to.
I didn't see Ghost's car.
I can't remember if I saw it there or not. Maybe he's getting what I saw last week.
Oh,
Where his
that
car
is
wasn't where he actually is.
that is a terrible shame. And I tell you what we've got here, we've got a situation where I didn't really realise, but Jabbo LFC and James are in the same battle here.
Yeah, but none of them really have a chance of doing any better than Flowers.
Well, no. Yeah, agreed. Unless something crazy happens, but bag of bones. Now over a second as Ghost goes into the points paying the positions.
But like Heated will be very happy to have broken DRS. Because as long as Heated can keep a consistent pace, that could be the battle for first over now.
Yeah. Adri's mentioned Ghost's connection again.
I think we should leave that and look at it after the race.
Yeah, indeed. Was Emperor.
Gives everyone a chance. Gives them a chance to calm down a bit from it as well.
Oh, Ibo has broke his wing, I think. And that is a damn shame. What about this guy? LFC. 3.6 seconds down on James on worn softs. Yeah, Haruniag, former driver in this league and a big supporter of a few of the guys that also race in AOR, was very supportive of Adri, and yeah, feels a little bit bad, I think, for voicing that. But nice to see you watching, Harry. Jabbo is catching LFC.
At the same time, LFE's catching James.
I think they could all meet very soon. Bag of Bones is almost given it up, I think. He just can't keep with Heated, who is doing a phenomenal job.
But Heated's still got a long way to go on those tyres, and the Supers are already 7 laps old.
Yeah, actually, this is a good point.
Could be a bit of a struggle when you get into the last handful of laps.
Sector 1, Macca. Macca in the wars.
He doesn't appear to have any damage.
I don't really know what happened there. He's going to have to pit, I think.
He's got Ibble pitting, so I'm guessing he'll be on Ultras, trying to get past the lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone other than LC and Jab will catch up to James, so there's not really much going on now.
No, it's got a little bit stagnant-ish as LFC really is gaining. Jabbo, I think, must have made a mistake, and that again just moves the balance of things back into the favour of LFC, because if LFC can get past James before Jabbo gets in DRS, and he's going to be in DRS here, I think.
Yeah, he is. It's also the fact that once LC clears James, he's got a nice, like, huge bit of clean air for him to go into.
Yeah, this is it.
And his tyres are still new enough that he's got plenty of grip on them.
Yeah, this has turned into a very juicy battle, and LFC is going to need to get past James.
Yes, he's not going to want Jabbo to catch up, which he is, quickly.
Ooh, oh dear. I really hope for LFC say that wasn't some wing. I didn't see anything.
I didn't see anything come flying off.
Sector 3. I think it's Ibo. I'll let him lead us
letting
through.
the front two guys pass. And he's pulling into the pits again.
Yeah.
But Jabo, who will have DRS and LFC now.
And he's going for it. James.
So LFC really, to be comfortable, has to make this move now.
Yes. As James goes to the inside. Oh, why do I feel like this could be not the best? Yeah, I didn't think so. Jabo.
That was some dive bomb.
And that will have affected his car. LFC with a hell of a run. Oh, this is awkward. Oh. LFC gets past James. As Ibo was out. Ibo is out, but the good news is I think we might be able to give him a point.
Yeah, but I also get the LFC not going to give up on third. Yeah.
Well, if he gets clean air, there isn't much reason to give up, really.
Yeah, he's right on Jabo and he's got this a massive tyre advantage.
Well, he is a big fan of a 5-lap lobby, and what we've got here...
5 lap run to the end.
Well, this is it. Great exit. James is... I think James's race has run a bit. We've got a back marker. What on earth?
And that's letting LFC come through.
That is just absolutely horrible to see.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but we'll have to look at that after. That is not the way we wanted to see this end, and that is a really, really, really bad thing to have to look at as Ghost really affecting that race. And
Jabo doesn't seem happy.
Jabo is not happy at all. I cannot blame him. I've no idea what happened there. I'd love to see it from Jabo's point of view. Yeah.
Mark and Emperor battling. About it.
Yeah, come on. Macca's tyres must be on absolute fire. Oh, as James, I don't know why I was flicking through, and James is just, I don't know how he's not lost his wheel through the castle. Incredible. Right, the gap has come down. Heated has got 2 laps on tyres that are not going to be in a good way.
He's not got a massive lead either. This could come right down to last lap battle between these two. Vagabonds can catch up a bit more.
Absolutely. Macca's race might be slightly run in some senses. LFC is really well.
They're up 9 positions so far. It's not the biggest mover. The biggest mover is Fuzz, who's moved up 13 spots from 18th into 5th.
Yeah, that's an incredible result, and he's going to come after lap 1. He is going to be in a very happy place. I tell you what, this is tight between Vagabonds and Heated. I tell you what, you can't rule out LFC winning this race. I know that sounds absolutely mad.
Yeah, these two could come together. Never know what's going to happen here.
Heated just has to get round. I know for a fact, I've felt this. Whenever you've got your first opportunity of a win, it is a very, very, very sketchy time. Bag of Bones is saving as it seems. I think he's saving everything for the last hurrah.
Yeah, I think everyone that's won a league race knows what Heated will be going through. It's my first league race. It was a comfortable win, but I was still absolutely terrified that I'd bottle it.
Absolutely, as Maka has lost it again, and he has Ibo for company. But let's focus on perhaps the money side of things, and that is Heated versus Bag of Bones.
Yeah, they're close enough that you can't really say which one of them's going to be leading the end of the lap.
This is Heated is going to be. Do you know what? This could be very, very tight. He just needs a few good corners, and that is not one of them. And Bag of Bones is right on him now. Ooh, Bag of Bones!
Ooh, that was close.
As Jabo sets the fastest lap.
It's then Heated needs a few rounds, but Bag of Bones not being as tidy as probably want.
No, absolutely, and he's risking it falling out. A very good exit there though. But it seemed like Heated got a even better exit.
If Heated can stay outside of DRS here, he's won it.
This is going to be tight. Oh, he hasn't, I don't think. This... I think he's done enough. I think he's done enough. This is going to be very tight. And he did.
And he had won it.
Unbelievable. What a result there from the Maltese man there in the Haas. He's never had a podium, and he's just had his first win. What a drive. A very controversial racing moments, but I tell you what, he deserved that fully.
Yeah, it's a controversial race, but it takes nothing away from his win. They've got another man that's going to be really just come up finish, but LSC going to finish comfortably third.
I am absolutely delighted for this man. He has absolutely deserved it. He really loves Azza, and he will come over in third. What a result. And it's such a shame we got robbed of that battle with him and Jabo, but do you know what? Great result regardless. James with a very hard fought fourth.
Bars with great recovery there.
Jabo, what is a penny for his faults, in sixth. In some ways, after breaking his wing on the back of James, maybe it's cost him one place, but he certainly won't be thinking that right now.
Yeah.
As we have Mr. Wooter and Emperor. Ibo, what on earth has gone on here? Oh, Ibo's a lap down. That's confused. Mr. Wooter comes through with a good battle in 7th, Emperor in 8th. Bellon will come through in 9th, and Maka will come through in 10th.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting an invite, so...
Yeah, I think everyone's enjoying visiting the pit lane. Four pit stops.
Ooh, I thought Ibo was going to get Maka on the line to unlap himself against him. It's a great battle, and some happy people and some livid people are going to be in that D3 lobby. We're going to have to see these results, and then we are going to have to get moving. Just look at the results purely for the stats purposes, and only 1 3-second penalty. But yeah, we're off, and yeah, try and keep it clean in the chat, lads.